Okay, let's make this quick because I have to go to bed in half an hour. I wish I could make it more, but I don't know. Maybe I could. Maybe I could like go to bed at what, 1 maybe, and like then leave early because like I have to go to work at 12. Then again, I don't know. I also want to have some time to do some training, so I have to do 7 of them. And like one of them was like 5. One of them was like 5 hours, dude. Then I have to do a lot more trainings. Like they're like half an hour to like 45 minutes maybe. Like it's a lot. I mean, of course, I want to keep my job because I haven't paid off everything yet. I also would like to expand my savings and be able to maybe, I don't know, own a car, or be able to, you know, have an apartment. This damn thing. Ah, come on. Yeah. All right. So hold up. Gonna have to notify the homies. I mean, who knows? Who might be here? All right, now to find I want to find wait, PS. Ah, here it is. Give it a second. Wait. Ah. I want to go back to digitally painting my my Omni-Man painting, the You Sure painting. We finished that conquest, but that's not. Life's not fair. Ryan's probably sleeping. A lot of people are probably sleeping at this point because they're adults and they have to go to work tomorrow. But screw it. We ball. I'm afraid of. I don't know. I don't know what I'm afraid of. I think I'm just gonna. I don't want to talk about my job. It's just. It's just. You get it, right? You get it. All right, so I'm planning on going to Lightbox Expo. The tickets are available around like the end of May, and I think I have enough money in my savings to buy like three whole days. Same goes for Comic Con, but I'm gonna have to basically kind of like wait till the next check hits. But yeah. Also, I'm gonna have to, I don't know, reserve a spot at a hotel. It's just like, you know. Then I'm also planning on, but no, but no. I don't know. I'm trying to go for some. I'm trying to find some networking opportunities. I mean, is Lightbox even a good place to go? But again, I don't know. Maybe I should go for the experience of, you know, traveling on my own. Don't know. Trying to make this not a waste, but it's hard. Is Lightbox a good place to go to network? Did anyone get any jobs from Lightbox? I want, you know, I think Robot Pencil, Anthony Chong Jones is gonna be there, and I think I want to see him. He's an internet famous artist, but also he's kind of like, you know, seems like a very chill guy, and he's very optimistic about the industry and art as a career path. And I'd like to surround myself with people like him. I'm not sure what that. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. I'm also gonna have to. Jesus Christ. I have to get some reference. Art station. Where's the damn thing? Then Bolter. Here you go. What the fuck do you mean? No. Sketch, Fab. Gimme, 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 gimme. That was the only good one, dude. What do you mean it's been disabled? need reference. Please. Fucking thank you. Holy shit, dude. They have to be so fucking difficult, dude? Was this needed? Oh my god. No. I just need some help. No. Secret. Ah, no. No. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm also gonna need Pinterest. I really wanted this to look as if it was traditional. I'm not sure if that's possible. Honestly, at this point, I just Gotta firm it and make it. Shut up and make it, dude. Not to mention, I think, I don't know. I feel like this might be a little bit stiff or something. Give me a second. Looking for inspiration because I'm a procrastinating little bitch. Pepe Larez. You know what? Nah. No. You know what? I need some. I need a linear one. No, for the love of. Are you kidding me, dude? You know what? Just get the tri-ink. No, that's not what I wanted. What are you doing? God damn. How do you deactivate some of the rulers, dude? That's what I'd like to know. Keep working. There's just so many activated rollers. It's fucking wild. You know what? At this point, I might even do something stupid. So, We're gonna use the curve ruler, right? And then we're gonna put this on multiple levels. So when we do this, no, no nonsense, baby. I'm a genius. Okay, now I need. Yeah. Oh, oh, shit, Cody. Okay, yeah, this is embarrassing. Hmm. Hi, Cody. Yeah, sorry about that. I haven't exactly responded to your super chat. Cause well, no one comes here. But yeah, I've been working on this project so far for I think almost a week. Um, honestly, just I wanted to make some more samples so I can essentially just fill out my portfolio. And Warhammer was a very fascinating property to me, so I decided to just do it. So I think maybe like a week and some change. I've been working on this for a week and some change. Kind of embarrassed now that I kind of responded a bit late. You know, I mean, granted, I should always check for chats, but it's like I don't know. It's like so far, it's just like I've just had too many streams where no one tunes in. Thank you, thank you. I've had so many streams where just no one tunes in, and I just didn't want to give myself false hope. I just it's like whenever I look at the chat on like OBS, I feel like Snow White. It's like someday my prince will come, my viewers will come. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, thank you for the compliment. You know, I constantly compare myself to artists that I actually like, and I always fall short. And it's like it's kind of like how like okay, so basically in bodybuilding, there are these bodybuilders, and like despite the fact that they're like insanely jacked, they still feel like they're not good enough. Like they have like male body dysmorphia. Well, it's like that. It's like I have style dysmorphia, where it's like nah, it's not good. It's not it's not like Gerald Perel, or it's not like Daniel Warren Johnson or Dave Raposa, or like Oh, okay. And do people but you stream to nobody for a long time? I mean, do you still do that? Or do you have viewers? Because if you don't, if you have like, if you still do that, then, you know, I'd like to, I don't know, maybe like, do a, would you like a partner, like like a guest star on occasion? I struggle. It kind of gets lonely, especially at night when you're streaming alone. Yeah. And it's like it's very unhealthy that you do that. It's very unhealthy, to shit on to shit on your own work. But like at the same time, it's like you really want to get into this industry, and it's like you have to be hard on yourself, and that can get very maladaptive very quickly, which is sad. I'm not sure. I'm just can I dual stream on YouTube? I mean, I don't know. Like maybe like one of us could like I don't know. Like one of us could stream. One of us could like get on Discord. Or how about this? We could live stream on Discord and then essentially just like have dual screens of like the stuff that we're doing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how any of this works. And quite frankly, I'm kind of surprised that I keep on doing this despite the fact that this yields no result for me whatsoever. I'm just at this point like I think that's where like the that's where the title comes from. Just do it for the discipline. And god damn it. Well, gotta merge the layers. This is gonna be a mess. Wait, what's going on? Um, if you're planning on streaming today, I'm not sure about now. Because, I kind of, odds are, I think, I need to go to bed for like, in like half an hour. Maybe more. My boss wants me wants me in by like noon. I have to do some posters. I'm getting paid extra for it, so Okay, I have to draw all of these new parts. I call this a pro gamer move. Oh god, I really hate the linear tool. Oh, a friend request on. Okay, give me a second. Oh, accept. Okay, Cody. We are now friends on Discord. Thank you for this highest honor. Thank you. For this most audacious friendship. Hey man, no, no, no. You don't need to shut up. I prefer the engagement. It I don't know. And, I prefer if you would ask more questions. I would love some more questions. All right. Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay. Yes, I do plan on building a portfolio for comic work. I also would like to build a portfolio for illustration work and cover work. And I very much am a big fan of like many people. I throughout my time, like as a teenager, I have discovered like a plethora of artists and illustrators, and essentially I've kind of like experimented a lot, and I just granted it's not exactly the most I think wisest or practical or goal like maybe like goal oriented quote unquote thing to say, but I'd like to dip my toe. I would like to dip my toe in a lot of things. You know, one painting, another illustration. You know, I don't just draw comics. I also like paint. Oh, okay, nice, nice. Uh, you know, eh, how about this? Like r- write down like what's your personal graphic novel about? What is your great American novel? Because like I think I have mine. I think I have a couple in my head that I'd like to get out before I have that one on one with Christ on that on those pearly gates. Before I have to essentially kind of like have that awkward conversation where Saint Peter, my grandparents, and like Christ look at me and are like, "Wow, you you touch yourself quite an awful lot." It's like, and I have to explain myself. It's like, yeah, I'd like to basically immortalize myself with a couple of comic books before I shift off or pass away or rejoin the universe. If you're like more new agey. And by the way, if you find my jokes off-putting, sorry about that. I am often very anxious and overthinky, and one of my ways to kind of like calm that down is to just joke around. And it it varies. The results vary. Oftentimes I oh, oh okay. Okay, yeah, okay. A short version, it's about a girl who learns to let go of the illusion of control in the universe set in the fantasy ancient Egyptian style world. Oh, that'd be actually pretty cool. I think, hmm. I can already, like, see, like, the vision for it. Like, base. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. Because, like, other than, like, because when I, like, try to deflect with humor, I either humiliate myself very badly in front of a lot of people, or I make some pretty good friends. Now, by the way, I can I don't know I could see that like basically like for the graphic novel, the Egyptian style world thing, I could like imagine kind of like a Breath of the Wild vibe to it, where essentially like it's kind of like maybe you have this like this female warrior who is trying to like say gain control of something, but she constantly fails over and over again, and essentially there's like a shaman who was like that there that's the secret, you know. It's like you try too hard to control things, you know. Nothing's in our control, and when you realize that, it becomes easier. Kind of like that. I mean, I have two graphic novel ideas. One is essentially about some it takes place in like the future. It's kind of like a retro futuristic kind of vibe, where it's basically kind of like it takes place in a futuristic version of Russia pre Bolshevik revolution, where this little girl who is essentially the bastard child of essentially a corrupt czar and a prostitute from essentially the more impoverished, like, impoverished parts of like of Russia. Essentially, like, she was she was taken in, and not only is she used as a tool for propaganda, but she's also used as a weapon because her uncle secretly hates her father, and so he puts her through traumatic training to essentially, you know, become a killing machine whenever she goes through events that involve, you know, a lot of trauma, which happens to her a lot, and she kills a lot of people. And then essentially the story is about her, you know, after being left for dead by her uncle, you know, reluctantly joining a revolution and taking control back into her life. And then another idea is basically Lujavania. It's about a priest in 80s Mexico, 80s Oaxaca, Mexico, who can't feed the orphans because his church is lacking money. So he decides to be a luchador. But a twist happens where essentially a vampire hunter who's thousands of years old, essentially essentially like he essentially like comes to the orphanage to reclaim a living relic. But the problem is that because the orphanage has like the living relic, vampires are drawn to it, and so essentially the luchador and the hunter have to fight off the legions of the undead, basically protect them from the orphans. You know, I wish I could explain it better. I have a slideshow, but I'm not gonna show it to you because, well, I'm not sure where it is, and not to mention it take away from this. Thank you. I've thought about it in long walks in the park. You know. Then again, I don't really think thinking is work. Thinking is great, but you know, there's a point where thinking kind of becomes masturbatory, and it's like it's like you got to stop overthinking and you got to start taking control. And I know I sound like some weird Tyler Durden-esque alpha male when I say that, but it holds some truth because I have been procrastinating on making this stuff. Oh, the second one? Thank you, thank you. The Luchador one? Yeah, no, I'm still writing it. I'm not done, but the ending is pretty badass. And like by the way, like after I write it, I really like the Vampire Hunter, and I want to make a sequel for the Vampire Hunter because basically, like, I modeled him directly after Guts from Berserk and Snake Plissken from Escape from the Underworld. Like, I want to do something like that I want to do something with him. Make a you know make a violent vampire killing uber masculine 80s romp. I even have like not an automatic, but a storyboard. I think if I'm gonna make a new sample, I'm probably gonna use that storyboard. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm I'm happy you found it cool, despite the fact that I've done an absolutely god awful job at explaining it. Because I trip and I fumble over my words all the time. I have designs of her, I think. Of the sci-fi thing that I have. The sci-fi story though with the girl. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, no, that makes sense. Honestly, that's makes a lot of sense. I think While I'm almost done with the first draft of my comic book for the Luchador one, I still, yeah, that is true. That is true. The one thing that I want to kind of like hammer down is the post, the retro sci-fi comic that I want to do. Like what's the ending gonna look like, and like the possible romance that goes into it. Like for example, there's a soldier who defects, and essentially like he has an unlikely friendship and or alliance with the main character, the main female character of my sci-fi story, and that kind of like over time develops into a love story. Now, the love story in and of itself is kind of like a bit toxic, seeing as how it's like it's like the girl is clinging on to the guy because, well, it's like she's in a she's part of a revolution, and everyone like dislikes her and dislikes her and doesn't trust her, and basically the guy's his only lifeline. Not to mention, there's a lot of moving parts. Also, one big factor that kind of affects my confidence to write relationships is that I've never really been in one. I'm 25, never had a girlfriend, so it's like, what do I know about the nuances and intricacies of a romance? And I can only like look at like, say, what, movies and films, but that's about it. They'd just be rehashes. But romance novels, or romance movies. Because if you're talking about romance movies being overrated, I believe you. I don't know. I feel like anything that involves with romance it's kind of like, I feel like it's porn but for women. Like, it's like people say, it's like, oh, porn's not how sex works, and it's like, okay, fine, but romance movies and romance novels is not how actual relationships work either. It's like the one trope that I really am sick of is enemies to lovers, because I don't really see, you know, healthy relationships working out like that. It's like, I'm not gonna. Oh, relationships? Oh, okay. I don't know, man. I need to go. I need to go through one to understand. I don't really think it's like, I don't really under things like, I don't really know how, like, I feel like I need to kind of like come to my own conclusion on that. It's like, I need to get back to you on that, because I don't know if relationships are overrated. Like, maybe like, I don't know, because like, maybe like, because there are relationships out there that are like really beautiful and healthy, and then there's like, there's like relationships that you go through it and you're like, why, why am I here? This chick is just, I don't like her. I know, I know. Actually, no, I didn't know. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Hey, do you have any experience with relationships? If you don't mind me asking. I, Cause like I know you're kind of joking, but at the same time, it's like I'm super autistic, and it's like never really had a relationship, and it's like when you've never had something, and it's like constantly hyped up in movies, and like comic books and every pop media, you tend to think, oh my god, this is everything, when it's really not. But not like you said there. Oh, unfortunately. Oh man, sorry about that. No, no, wait, no. Well, what am I apologizing for? Right, you know what? I'm new to this. Also, it doesn't exactly help that it doesn't exactly help that most of this, like the chats, like it, the chats seem to operate in different time zones. So it's like while you're talking about one thing, I'm not talking about the other. I mean, is it unfortunate that you have relation that you have that you have experience in relationships, or is it unfortunate that relationships are hyped up in the media? Because it's not, I again apologize. I am again new at this streaming stuff and communicating, trying to communicate while trying to be entertaining. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay, I'll find out when it's the right time. Okay. So Cody, do you do what do you do for a living? Do you draw comic books, or is it like it's obvious that it's kind of like a personal thing? Like do you do this on the side like I do? someday I don't want to be doing the day job no more. Man's got a dream. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know, dude. Same. I work with children. Some days the work can be rewarding. Other days you just, it's you just gotta deal with just some hellions, some goblins, straight demons, straight seed spawn, dude. Straight crotch spawn. What do you do? Hmm. Cause I work with them. Oh, design kitchens for people. Oh, interior design. What's that like? Like, is it like interesting? Like, do you talk to chefs all day? Do you have to make sure that the kitchens are a specific standard so that there aren't any liabilities or risks for injuries? Wait, or like, do you essentially deal with like homeowners all day? Is that what you do? Like, oh, what's it like designing kitchens? Hmm. Damn. Okay. Not even a little bit interesting. Homeowners and stuff. People trying to fit. Oh my god. Okay. Man, I'm sorry about that. I don't know. I feel like this stems from IKEA, where essentially they want to turn their kitchen into a palace, or they want to turn their kitchen into a what they see in the movies, but it's not possible. It's like it's like the math isn't mathing, and you have to do it because if you don't, then you're out of a job. and so you have to essentially deal with like a lot of like say maybe like egos or something. Thank you. Wait, my paintings are really good. How do you know, sir? How do you know? How do you know my paintings are good? I haven't shown them to you yet. Show me your secret, sorcerer. Oh, they're linked on Discord, my art station. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you for noticing the amount of work I've been putting in. You know? I mean, honestly, it's like, I don't know, for like, for like painting, like you're essentially, it's kind of, it's very color theory based. You're essentially, you're working with a lot of like, it's like there's an entire theory behind it. Not to mention you're essentially kind of like you're not studying like it's not like you're not studying the color of objects. You're essentially studying the color of studying like light, and like light can bounce off of a lot of things, and then like that could affect the colors of it. Not to mention it's like when it comes to say like people, like essentially it's like one person isn't just this. Like they have like they're living beings. They have blood like coursing through inside their bodies, and basically I have some trouble like capturing that. Quite frankly, it's like I just pick out colors and I render, and I hope for the best. Pick out colors, render them to submission, render it to death, and just hope for the best. And it's been working on some capacity. But honestly, if I want to get better, I'm gonna have to basically, I don't know, take like an online class or something, and like maybe like go to some networking event like Comic Con or Lightbox, and get my stuff like critiqued by a person who's actually in the industry and knows like what the fuck he or she is doing, or they, I don't know. I'll I'll get critiqued by anyone. I'll take. Okay, can't wait to see it, man. Dude, this is awesome. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is actually pretty well done. like how it kind of leads the eye. I also like the kind of like the Mesoamerican like influence on it. Like it's in the colors. Like, dude, you have way more color variety than I do. This is pretty cool. Not to mention like the ornateness of it, dude. I wouldn't do this in a million years. Honestly, stuff like that terrifies me. I mean, yeah. I also okay. So, dude, it's good. If that's what your web comics gonna look, no, what your graphic novel's gonna look like, it's gonna be awesome. And Lightbox, okay, yeah, I've heard that's a place where you can network. I've heard that Anthony Chong Jones is gonna be there. I like to see him, and yeah, I did have my stuff critiqued 2 years ago. Man, show me your ways. I mean, basically, I did have my work critiqued weeks ago by Dave Raposa. He had this challenge called Give and Take, and I participated in it. And so far, I got a nice response. I think I don't know. Maybe I can. I'll make a live stream out of it. You know, about my experience and his reaction, and what and my how I feel towards his reaction. You know, his content form. You know, maybe like make a little thumbnail of my of me doing an over exaggerated soy face while he talks about my work, and then you know at the end beg you to like, comment, and subscribe after I subject you to so many obnoxious ads about Raid Shadow Legends, or I don't know, Grammarly or Honey or whatever product that YouTubers never use. Oh wait, no, yeah, I participated in that. Give or take. My entry was essentially kind of like, it was based on like I think it was the War Bride one. Honestly, as I was doing it, I was kind of like concerned that I didn't have enough time to finish. And even then, while I was doing it, I was like working on another thing. I'm not sure what it was. It was probably like the Superman comic that I made and wanted to finish. But that, as said, that obviously took a back seat. honestly, it was very challenging to basically kind of like finish the project in a weekend. I was almost concerned that I wouldn't make it, and that I yeah. And at the end, I kind of had to bite the bullet and basically just turn it in like it was. I wanted it to be more, well rendered, more moody, more scary, more spooky. Also, the creature that was involved, I don't know. Maybe it was just it's just me being a gooner, but she was like she was a bit more like curvy. She was tall, curvy, and had like that she was like I wanted her to like be more seductive because essentially it's like these type of like demonic beings like they like the devil like or like vampires, they're always like they're always like very good looking. That's how they like that's how they manage to like lure people in, you know but then again, that the past is the past. Past is the past. Gotta make way for the future. Hmm. Hopefully I can finish for the the yeah. Hopefully I can finish this before the summer starts, because when that happens, I am going to be busy, because I have to work 10-hour days. Not to mention, I have to basically revisit the same kids that I had last year, which is going to be fun. That's going to be insanely fun. I'd have to deal with specific kids again. I do have one story. I'm not gonna say the kid's name, but there was one kid who was like a. Oh, okay. Oh, you subscribed? Thank you. You know what? Speaking of which, now that you mentioned it, I really gotta go to bed too, because I also have work tomorrow. So thank you for subscribing to me, and thank you for watching. Thank you for accompanying me on this lonely night. Hope you have a good night, Cody. And I hope to see you again on one of these streams. But right now, I gotta go to bed. So, I wish the best of luck to you. I would love to see more of your poster. Because, dude, this is fire. I gotta go to bed. Good night. Good night. See you later. Alright, and to those who are lurking or watching, on the off chance, don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe. I am out. Peace. Where's the...